Hey guys, come on in.
Hi.
Hi.
I get to say hi, Lucy. Hi, Justin. I love you. I want you. Oh, let me rub your head. Let me rub your head.
Hey, you forgot.
Hi.
Okay. She's Alice. You were mugging to the camera.
So what?
Oh, come on.
Okay.
How are you? Cheers. I haven't
cheers.
Here's water
Listen,
cheers.
it's
I
so
just wanna
hard.
say,
That's bad luck for 7
open,
years.
Says who?
Oh my God.
I'm just going to open up with saying a memory. Since
Memory.
I'm a minority in about, let me just say this again. I'm a minority because we're talking politics, and I realize that. I'm here amongst...
You're Elizabeth Hasselhoff.
I guess. I just want to say that I am libertarian and bipartisan, okay? And
Libertarian bipartisan.
Yeah, both.
What the hell
Like
is that?
Ron Paul Jr. or something. I don't know.
I'm like the female Ron Paul who believes in war. No. I remember, this is really a true story. I was in 6th grade. And this tells you a little bit about my character. I was in 6th grade, and I was physically kicking somebody who wanted to vote differently than I was voting. I don't remember if it was
Were you
a
voting
class
for the
election.
Are you
School
allowed
play?
to vote in 6th grade?
I don't know
What are
if
you
it was
voting
I
for?
don't remember if it was a class election
Prom queen?
or if we were actually talking about
Prom
real
queen.
politics. And the guidance counselor walked over to me, and this really, this is a fond
This
memory
was a
in a
change
way.
your
It's a
life
powerful
moment?
memory. She goes, we should never kick somebody who has different political beliefs than we do.
Amen.
that.
And thank you for the Fox News
This was a
channel.
light bulb moment, but I was like,
You know
and I
what?
was like,
No kicking.
Good
You know
boy,
what?
no kicking.
As we go
Wow.
as we end these
Okay.
election, which obviously whether you're Republican or Democrat,
Yeah.
it's vomitatious every day, seeing all of that
I
stuff.
think we were all happy that there was a decision made. At least a decision made.
We are being manipulated by networks to sell ratings. In the old days, when there wasn't a CNN, a Fox, an MSNBC, and all this other stuff,
The press has always been liberal, though.
the press has always just been news readers. Now,
they're
if you don't
very
have an
liberal.
opinion,
They're
no, I'm
very
sorry,
liberally
Walter
biased.
Cronkite.
You know why they're
I'm
liberal?
spitting.
They've been liberal from the beginning of time. They're educated and their minds are free.
Oh, that's not fair.
Listen.
So it goes
That's
with
not
the
fair.
territory.
News is liberal. Fox
Yeah.
News is
No,
liberal.
but
Oh,
Fox
thank
is
God
back
for
in
Fox
time.
News
Fox-
to give us the other side.
Well,
Fair
Fox
and
at
balanced.
least- Listen, it's not fair and balanced.
Right, we know.
But it gives the other side because another side needs to be heard.
There
What-
is no
no,
other
you know
side
what?
according
There
to
is
Fox News.
another-
Robbie, you and I appear on Fox News.
What
Okay?
is real-
I go on Fox News. I'm
I
getting
love
ready.
Fox News because I have
Can I make
clients.
this-
that
I
go
love to
there.
laugh at Fox News. I find it hilarious.
Oh.
But what did what did
Wait a
this
minute.
election mean?
It is
what
hilarious.
Was Obama
No,
won.
no,
It
wait.
wasn't like he won
No,
by
he
a few
won.
votes.
No, he won. I just want to say.
He won big time.
Here's the question. Did this election indicate that it's the death of the Republican Party?
No.
Because
Well,
the Republican
as
Party
it
is losing the youthful vote.
Look, the
The
Republican Party, first of all,
It is,
Republicans
and I'll
are
tell you
writing.
why.
Yes, they're writing
I'm
op-ed.
going to tell you why.
Oh, do you
Okay.
have a question that you want to answer your own question?
No.
Because please go ahead.
I wanted
Go
to
ahead.
answer my own
Okay.
answer.
Okay, I thought it was
wanted to-
rhetorical.
Listen,
You know,
lady,
I wanted to
you got to
kick-
bring it down a notch.
I wanted
My
to-
ears, my dog's ears, it's like dogs are barking with that sound.
just a
Oh
bunch
my
of
God.
bitches trying to have a conversation.
don't
No, I
curse
think
on
one
camera,
of the
girl.
problems that we had is that the Christian right took over the branding of the Republican Party.
Right.
And the Republican Party is not a religion. This is not about contraception. This is not about pro-life. Let's take religion out of the Republican Party where it doesn't belong.
Well, let me ask
and
you
that was a major part of their problem. They weren't speaking.
Let me ask you something.
to
You're absolutely
Americans.
right.
As it
In a
exists
way that
Separation
resonates.
of
Right.
church and state.
In a way
Right.
that
Let me ask you
resonates.
something.
It is truly the white man's party.
Let me
and
ask
they're
you-
done
let-
because
wait.
this country is not a bunch of white men anymore.
that's
Let
what
me
we
ask-
learned.
Ooh.
Right.
Let
And
me ask you
hopefully,
something.
but you know what? It's going to take them another 20 to 40 years to actually
I don't
get
know.
it. I think
I
they're
don't
going to
know.
go, the Republican white male congressmen and
There's
senators,
Jeb
they're going to go.
Bush, who
Wait a
has
minute.
You know what?
chance,
They're going to
and
go into some
Rubio.
airport
Let me ask you
bathrooms and
something.
do a little damage
Let's
there and
stop.
molest a couple of pages, and maybe they'll dawn on
Yeah.
it that things don't work this
Girls,
way
let's
anymore.
stop for a moment. If you're raped
Yeah.
and all of a sudden someone says to you, you have to keep that child.
Because it's
Disgusting.
God's
Okay,
will, they
so
say.
if that's,
Disgusting.
let me ask you,
Yeah.
if you, that's two
Disgusting.
items on the Republican Party I'm spitting
I'm
that
saying
you don't agree with.
Yes.
So then how could you vote for a president that is supposed to be the poster boy of the punch
Wait a
list?
minute.
Can I say something?
This is
Mitt
punch
is
list.
way more moderate than the Christian right, which is one
But
of the
he
reasons
was-
why the Republican Party was not so keen on him.
That's right.
Because Mitt is more moderate, and they wanted somebody who was more Tea Party-ish, and that's the wrong direction.
Okay.
Alice?
The Republicans have been hijacked by the Tea Party.
Thank
John
you.
Huntsman should
Yes.
have been the person that represented the Republican Party.
Oh.
Republicans are fiscally conservative. I
Yes.
am fiscally
Me
Me
as
too.
well.
I can tell you I agree with a lot of the
Me
things.
too.
Me too.
Fiscally.
It is the
I'm
Tea
socially
Party.
liberal, which is why I'm libertarian bipartisan.
But,
I love that
But
expression.
the Tea Party is hijacked, and they've allowed themselves to be hijacked.
Fragilistic, expialidocious.
Mitt Romney would have been a fine candidate because
would've
as
been good.
Massachusetts governor, he
Yes.
was a Republican.
I
could
like
live
But
with
he
it.
wasn't that
Exactly.
person anymore,
But he-
Alice.
because
And
he's been a-
47% of us are takers and
And that's
whiners
another
and
thing.
don't.
But
this is what
Screw
happens.
him.
Oh,
I don't
right.
even want to see his face.
It goes back to the
after that.
primaries. It goes back to
Do
the
you think
primaries.
Obama's a good leader?
Yes.
Candidates.
I do.
No.
I think he's an excellent
Yes.
leader.
Oh my
I know.
God.
I think he
Right.
bailed out the auto industry. I think he bailed out the banks. I think we were saved from a major depression because of what
Absolutely.
Obama did. And the thing that I actually like about him that works against him the most is he doesn't go put on a flak jacket and go on a ship and say mission accomplished. He does things, he completes things. They're good for the country.
The
They've
problem
they
with
saved all of
Obama,
us.
the problem with the
But he doesn't
Obama
tout
administration is they have bad PR.
Terrible.
They don't tell the American public
What they did.
What they did to have Bill Clinton
no Bill
come
Clinton.
on, but to have Bill Clinton
He's no
on
Bill
the year
Clinton.
4 go down the
finally.
list of what Obama did, and everybody goes, "Oh, they did.
No,
they
Yes,
did."
okay,
Because Clinton's
exactly.
a genius.
The problem-
No,
People
because
would've
those
voted for
things.
You
Clinton.
know what? Here's
Clinton-
the deal, and I love your earrings and your hair today,
you.
sister.
Thank
Here's
you.
the thing that we have to remember.
This
It's
is
not.
what bipartisan
You know
people
what?
wear
You started
now,
the
so-
conversation with, and I know I'm a minority. The problem is we should not be polarized. We should all be banding together because there's bigger issues like the environment
agree.
that we should all be
I
worrying
agree.
But
about,
Justin,
regardless
we-
what your color,
But
your
we can't band together in the environment because most of the Republican Party, or a good portion, believes that global warming is a fiction made up by the
We don't know
Democrats.
Okay,
that's
wait a minute.
true.
Wait a second.
We don't
The
know
one
that
thing-
global warming
Okay,
is true.
let me
The
tell you
one-
why.
Wait,
I'm
wait,
going to
wait.
give you the
I
Stacey
just have to
Schneider
say this.
analysis.
I just have to say
I'll let you
this,
say this because I know
okay?
it's important.
Thank you. I don't want to kick anyone because I can
Okay.
go back to my 6th grade roots, and we don't want to go there for that show. For this show, I think as far as global warming, it could be a trend, but we don't know what's causing it.
Listen,
Okay.
if
don't
I
know
have
for
So many
another,
sure
wait,
what's
hold on.
causing it.
Donald Trump, the genius
Oh
that
my
he
God.
is,
Oh my
genius moron.
how could he?
Can I just
how
say?
could he
well,
have spoken like that?
okay, hold on.
Who
Donald
even gives a
Trump.
crap? I don't even
He's
why are
made
we
a
even
joke
mentioning
out of
his name?
himself.
Because I want to talk about global warming for a second. I want to make a
Okay.
point and respond to Robbie.
All right.
Donald Trump got up a year ago in a press conference and said, "Oh, what a joke, global warming. It doesn't exist. Every winter that we have is so much colder than the next.
not about
There's no
that.
such thing as Wait
I
a minute.
know.
Hold on. There's no such thing as global warming. Well, duh. Global warming is about colder winters and hotter summers. So he's an ill-informed idiot.
Well, it's also not
but
about that.
All right,
It's
wait a minute,
about-
wait a minute,
completely
wait a minute.
about that.
Wait a minute, forget about global warming, okay? During the Obama administration, Republicans and Democrats could not come together to
That's
have
right.
a collective fart, okay?
That's
They could not
right.
decide, is this red or is this blue?
Right.
They could not make a decision. And my concern with Obama was,
He
why
couldn't help
could
them.
we not, why can't we get Republicans and Democrats
Right.
to talk to each other? Because
right.
I don't care who's in office.
But
Do you
Until
think
they
that's
talk to
Obama's
offer-
fault?
Yes.
Because- all right, I don't have to.
Can
I'm going to say
Can I
something.
finish?
Yes,
Can I
please.
finish? I
Yes.
don't think the simplest decisions cannot be made until Republicans and Democrats decide that they are going to talk and they're going to make decisions for the good of the country. And until that
Right.
happens, it
Yes.
doesn't matter who's in office.
That's right.
And I don't care what we're talking about.
That's
Taxes
right.
on the rich right
You're right.
now. The first thing they did as soon as the election was over was starting talking about the stupid fiscal cliff.
Right,
All right? And the
right.
reason they did was because they're trying to prove to the American people that Republicans and Democrats can talk. And what have we heard for the last 3 days? John Boehner, I am not going to stand for those taxes being raised on the rich. Obama's saying, I am not going to extend Bush-era tax cuts. Already, we can't make a decision. And until we overcome that,
Political
forget
gridlock.
about it. But we've talked about
Political
16,000 things right here. I want to go back to Republican candidates and Democratic candidates. It happens in the primary, and who comes out for the primary? The most conservative people in the party come out for the primary. That's why a John Huntsman, who I think is a moderate Republican, could never ever get elected, because it won't happen. You have to get through the primary process. Mitt Romney, they said, oh, okay, here's a wet rag we can just kind of squeeze and mold, and the Tea Party can
But they
take them
weren't
over.
excited
Just like they
about him.
hijacked George Bush Sr., who was a fabulous
Oh, my
man
gosh.
and
I
a
did-
fabulous
I voted
president.
for him, and I'm a
And what happened to
Democrat.
him? By the end of his term, he was screwed because the conservatives, the Tea Partiers, got a hold of him and said, this is what you got to do
no,
now.
I think the Republican Party needs new branding.
Well, what I think is
Hell
we should
yes.
all make a pact.
Branding.
We should all make a pact, including Rufus,
Rufus?
that we should definitely separate church and state.
Absolutely.
We should not bully someone if they have another gender, if all that other. It's none of the government's
That's right.
business.
Libertarian.
And then take it out of the politics
Right.
and vote for the real issues.
Right.
Fight the real